Coming out and have a seat up front. Before we get going, Coach Sanders will just make a statement, talk about the class, and take some questions. And Coach is ready.
Oh, great! Thank you. It's I'm kind of getting a complex here. I've been in this facility right here twice for press conferences, and it's kind of been drizzly and rainy both times. So hopefully we're getting all that out of our system here. But it's been a great day. Mentioned somebody earlier, if every signing day as a head coach goes this smoothly, life will be really good. About as smooth, easy signing day as I can ever remember. No surprises. We didn't lose anybody. Even though we did have a few of our guys that did get a lot of interest the last day or two, but they hung strong with us. It's been a great month recruiting. I kind of hit the ground running. The staff that was here did a tremendous job, had laid a great foundation for what we were doing in recruiting, but I think we brought in 23 recruits this month. Ended up getting commitments or signing 19 of those 23. Had two guys that wanted to come here that honestly we didn't have room for. So 21 out of 23, we actually lost 2. If we can keep that kind of batting average, we'll be pretty good. I think it speaks volumes for not only what our staff has done, but the excitement that's in Johnson City, the excitement that's within the university, but the job our players did. They did a phenomenal job as hosts, as ambassadors for what we're trying to do. So the class as a whole, I think it's very athletic. I think we filled some holes with speed, athleticism. We got some big guys, got some big bodies that we needed. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of them on the field soon. Who knows? Somebody asked me how quickly some of these guys will play. I don't know. I haven't seen our guys on the field yet. You know, I'm anxious to get them out there and get in spring practice and see really what kind of football players we have. But I'm excited about this recruiting class. I think it's a really good class from top to bottom. And obviously I can't get into specifics, but there's very few academic problems in the group. Most of these guys are in good shape, really good shape academically. So, questions?
It seemed like looking down the list, you kind of went hard in the defensive backfield. Was that a point of concern for you, or was that something you were targeting?
Well, we felt like we needed some help at some positions in the secondary. Obviously, we wanted to get some guys. One of the things we wanted to get was speed and athleticism. You know, that's one area I thought we could improve. And you never have enough speed. You never have enough guys that can go out there, that can run, can cover the field, can hit, make tackles, as well as guys that can put the ball on their arm and get it in the end zone and score touchdowns. And that was one of the things that we felt like as a group we really needed to do, was bring in a number of those guys if we could.
What's your philosophy on redshirt? Do you hope these guys can come in and play, or do you hope you can redshirt?
Both. Honestly, I hope they have the athleticism and are good enough to come in and be ready to play, but also I hope some of the guys on our team are good enough we don't have to have them to play. My philosophy basically is if they're ready to play and they're going to help us win, let's play them. If they're not going to help us win, I don't want to just waste a year to get them on the field if they're not in position to make us a better football team.
When you had your introductory press conference, you said you wanted to start right here in Johnson City, kind of spread out. You have 4 kids from the Tri-Cities. Do you think you kind of accomplished that starting with this first class?
Well, that's certainly where we focused, and we wanted to. I've always believed you work near or far. If you can find what you need, what you want, what fits your needs close by, that's where you always go. Now, it's just like if you're go out Christmas shopping. If you can't find what you need for your wife or whomever close by, you keep going until you find it, or it's a miserable Christmas. I've learned that before. You know, so there were a few situations we had to keep going to find exactly what we wanted. But you know, I'm a Tennessee guy. It's always nice to have local players. It's always nice for the fans to have local players to watch. But they don't want to watch local guys go out there and lose either. You know, so we want to get the best players we can get that give us a chance to win.
What are the biggest differences that you see in, say, East Tennessee high school football today from when you were originally recruiting at Tennessee some 20 years ago?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think there's good coaches. I think there's good players. I think there's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of communities in East Tennessee where football is important. There's also a lot of communities in East Tennessee that football is important where a lot of factories have shut down or a lot of jobs have left. So I think in some cases a little bit of the population has repositioned around the state. It seems like, and there's a lot of good things happening around here, but there's also been a few towns that a lot of the jobs, a lot of the opportunities for families have moved to other places, and some of those kids have had to go other places.
Did you see any big challenges in recruiting on a different level than you worked at in the past several years?
That's another great question. Each place has its unique challenges. The University of Tennessee had its own challenges. We could always get kids to come visit, but they were always coming past the University of so-and-so and University of so-and-so. So it had its unique challenges. At the University of Kentucky, we had our challenges because we didn't necessarily have the drawing power to go across the country to appeal to people like Tennessee did. So we had to do a great job of evaluating, finding guys that fit what we needed, and would give us a chance to compete and have success in the SEC at that university. Florida State, again, completely different, because when you're in Florida, I don't know, what is it, 30 million people or 23 million, however many million people live in Florida. There were so many people close by that you didn't have to go that far to recruit sometimes. Here, we don't have that population base, and obviously we're not trying to recruit necessarily the same accomplished athlete that we did at Tennessee or that we did at Kentucky or that we did at Florida State. But we're still looking for the guys that have the potential and for the guys that fit what we need, what we have to accomplish our goals. And our goals obviously is to win games and compete for championships and win championships. So each place is unique, each place is different. But I don't think, once you see the challenges, it makes it much easier to go battle the challenges and to go compete against them. And I think our staff did a great job of that.
When does spring practice start? Do you know yet?
I know. We'll let everybody know here pretty quick. Okay? Yeah, I know. I know pretty much when we're going to start and when we're going to end. We'll let everybody know here pretty soon. It may be in the next few days. So.
Now that this is behind you, are you excited to get that going?
I can't wait. I've been ready to get that started since December 17th, to be honest with you. There's a lot of parts of coaching football I love, but there's nothing I love more than being on the field. Game days are awesome, but practice is awesome too. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd much prefer everybody have their pretty uniforms and the crowd being, but just getting on the field and coaching football. That's the part of it that I really enjoy, and that's the reason I do it. All the rest of this is all good. It's all necessary. I enjoyed that part, some more than others, but no question, getting on the field is the part I'm looking forward to the most.
The basketball team hasn't lost since you were hired. you said
well, I'm glad you said that in front of Coach Carter here. I'll try to make sure Dr. Nolan gets wind of that too. So, yeah, if we can, maybe Coach Forbes keep it going. That'd be good for all of us. And they're doing a fantastic job. What they're doing is super. Excited for them.
I wanted to ask about Mullins from Elizabethton, a long snapper. Is he, a long snapper, is he under full scholarship? Are you signing him to a full scholarship, or is he a walk-on? What's his class status?
Well, I'm not going to get into exactly how much scholarship each person is getting. He is getting scholarship money. I will tell you that. Okay. And long snappers, if you don't have one, then you find out how critical they are. And obviously, he's good at it. He's accomplished at it, and we're excited to have him on our team.
Is he the brother of the current one?
Yes.
Okay. Is it kind of family business?
One of those unique families that kids go out and play catch in the yard with their head between their legs, you know?
Any other questions for Coach?
All right, guys, thank you.